Good morning, Colby College. I'm out here by my tree and my buds. It's the last time we're going to revisit them. I've actually been watching mine this whole time, and I've drawn little pictures, and I like to do that kind of stuff. And I wanted to show you because it's really kind of neat. So this was my bud right here. And when it opened up, you could see the scales underneath. This was the bud right here. And when it opened up, it actually opened up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves. There are 6 little leaves in that bud. So that bud wasn't really just holding a leaf. It was holding, as you can see here, many leaves. And many buds are like that on trees, particularly like the maples are like that, and the birches tend to be like that. But we're going to come up here and take a look at that beech tree, and I bet we see something a little bit different, because the beech tree's a little bit different. I'm walking here through my backyard, right? Oh, look, gotta show you the forsythia over there. See all that big yellow? Yeah, that's in full bloom. Looking beautiful. I planted that. She's almost everything in this place that flowers that isn't a tree I planted. All right, now we're coming up here to the beech tree. Now you can see I've come into the full sunlight. My beech tree is in the full sunlight. In fact, this branch is like, I don't know, about 20 feet long, reaching out for that sun. Now let's look at that. Oh my goodness, it still has its scales on it. It still has the scales on it. Look at that. That leaf has not fully come out yet. I told you these took forever. And what happens is that bud with all the scales protecting that leaf just grows longer and longer and longer, and finally that leaf bursts out. Why do you think they're protecting themselves so much? Might be because we're getting snow tomorrow. So I just wanted to show you a little bit and check in on those buds and kind of check out a little bit of what's going on in the yard today. You know, if you didn't keep track of the buds, that's okay. But then try something new. Try something new. So like I come over here and I've got this beautiful little rhododendron. And it's got these beautiful little flowers on it. See if I can get this in the picture. Oh, here we go. These beautiful little flowers on it. And like, I could take these flowers and draw these flowers and like take one of these flowers out and draw the inside of the flower. It's certainly not going to hurt this bush at all, kind of like this vine is going to choke it to death. I stop playing with the vine studer. Okay, or like the forsythia. I mean, these blossoms. Let's see here. I'll get right in here with these blossoms. Each one of these flowers has all kinds of parts to it. You could look up what are the parts of a flower. And then once you start doing that and you start looking at the other trees, and next week I'm going to show you some trees that haven't quite come out and flower yet today. I actually drove around in circles for about 40 minutes this morning looking for them, and they're not quite out yet. But all the trees flower. All of them flower. So when we get to those smaller flowers, it's kind of cool if you've looked at some bigger flowers so that you can see what the flower parts are. Because the really cool part of these maples and oaks and all these trees that live around here is they all have a flower to them. I'm going to leave you off with the weirdest flower ever. Well, maybe not ever, but definitely a weird one. This is the very top of what I thought was mountain laurel. It turned out to be japonica. And when I planted this, it was not even a foot high. And you can see now it's taller than me. And this one over here is also as tall as me. But then this one here, which I was replacing them with because the deer had eaten the mountain laurel, that one not so big. So I'd say that's a completely different species. When you don't read the tag, that's what happens. So I want you to look at flowers if you can. Take a look at all the little flowers that are coming out on all these little trees. And next week, I'm going to show you some really cool flowers off of some common trees. I'm just waiting for them to come out down here. And I don't know, take a look. Flowers are cool. flowers are so neat, you know, like they're how the seeds are made. Even the pine trees flower. They're just called cones. So, you know, hope for the flowers. That's my message for you this Friday. Hope for the flowers. Have a great weekend, Colby College. This is Ms. Studer with your Red Fox Report.